Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
Howdy, y'all.
4th of July is coming on fast, y'all.
It seems like stuff's just piling up faster and faster.
The pressure is on.
Yeah.
It is on.
Yeah.
So, we don't have a ton of time to make this video. So, I'm just going to jump right into it. And I'm going to show you guys what Wiley's been working on. If you want to see the actual work being done, you got to go over to Working with Wiley and watch it. Also, check out Bobblehead Homestead because he is also doing work to set up for this. And there's a lot of good content over on his channel too. So right. I'm going to turn this camera around. Wiley, you're going to tell us about the shower, tell us about the other stuff you've been working on, and then I want to tell you about a sponsor that's helping us make all of this possible.
Alright guys, so first thing I want to, people has voiced their concerns because they didn't see it in the video, but I want to let you guys know, now that was a video over on my channel, but, so anyway, first thing I want to point out, there is a drain, y'all. I have a drain cap for it, but I took the drain cap off so I could stick the water hose down in there and just kind of flush everything out, make sure everything's working good. But the shower does have a drain.
Yep, y'all want to see it work? I promise it works.
Then the next thing I done was I built a bench in here. That way people can sit. And actually, one of the shower heads will point. You could sit right here and take a shower, which is really awesome.
Yep.
Also, we got the sink installed. We ordered a new head here for a faucet. It just hasn't come in yet, but once that comes in, I'm going to get it all hooked up. It's ready. We also ordered the drain to get it to hook up, because it does have a drain down there also, and I've got to get the drain for the sink hooked up. We ordered all the parts for that. They actually supposed to have been here today, but they haven't shown that they have been shipped yet, which don't make any sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, sink's good to go.
You built the shelf up there?
Oh yeah, I just had an extra 2x6, so I put a shelf around set soaps or whatever on up here. We also got some clothing hanger pieces. I sent that all to Jeff. Jeff ordered all that. They will be coming, so I'm going to be putting clothing hangers up here where we can, while you're taking a shower, you can hang your clothes up.
Or towels or whatever.
Yeah. Got that all done. We're really close to being 100% done in here. Like I said, we're waiting on some parts right now. All that was ordered together, so the clothing hangers, the faucet, and the drain should all be here within the next couple days. I don't know. You know how that stuff goes.
Oh, hey, and look, there's Bobblehead. What do you think of it?
Dudes.
Dudes.
When I came up, I'm like, outdoor shower. Just run a pole through it with a little shower head, put a, pallet down, and take a shower. They went so far above and beyond. It's not even funny. And it's great having their brains to come up with all these ideas and what you've done before. But this has just turned out so above and beyond. This is awesome.
It actually turned out so good, me and Jen's talking about tearing all of our stuff out and redoing it like this.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's cemented down, so you can't steal it.
Yeah.
No kidding. He brought in shale to level it out, poured all the concrete, borrowed that from a neighbor. We'll end up buying it from him. This is all your leftover tin.
Yep.
And everything. We had to shop for lumber and stuff like that, but still.
Now this
is an awesome shower.
This is the tin off of your roof.
Okay, so you salvaged that. That's the beauty of it.
And we had
this stuff we didn't have to buy.
Yeah, we put brand new metal on the ceiling or on the roof that we had laying around left over from another job. We had leftover screws from another job. So
yeah, you redid the whole roof because the roof that was on here was barely big enough. It was leaking bad.
Yep.
And so you knew that had to be done. You were up there in the heat of the day.
Yeah, it was hot up there, y'all.
Yeah, it was. Well, now you can take a shower to cool off.
Yeah, I was sitting up there and it was toasting my buns.
Oh, yeah.
That metal was hot.
But this has just turned out, this has added so much value to this place also. But yeah, nice shower head. I've got a a faucet for the utility sink in there that's like adjustable. You can move it around and stuff. So that'll be good for the utility sink, and it'll have a wand. So a pet grooming station in here.
Heck yeah.
Wide enough for a wheelchair. We still have to do the door. Those parts are coming.
Yep.
But you knock this out of the
I've got the door laying over there framed out partially, but I've got to do some more work to it. But yeah.
You have knocked this out of the park. I'm very, very happy.
All right, now before we go on to what the other thing Wiley's been working on here and what Jeff's been doing, I want to tell you guys about how we're going to have fresh water.
Yeah, speaking of water and a water house.
Yeah. All right, so the well water here is safe to drink, but the well has been sitting for quite a while, not used. And wells in this area tend to be heavy like iron and have kind of an irony flavor to it. And so at our house with our well, we filter our water before we cook with it or make coffee because it makes it taste better. One time we made the mistake of boiling potatoes for mashed potatoes without filtering the water, and we had to throw the whole pot of mashed potatoes away.
Yeah.
So we're not doing that here. So Membrane Solutions sent us a couple things to help out.
Look at that.
Yeah, so this is a gravity water filter system. Now, typically people use these like when they're camping or for other purposes. But for this, we are going to fill this thing up, hang it up, and then we're going to, okay, well, that goes on the bottom of it. Here's what it looks like.
You guys are off grid. You're in like permanent camping.
Right.
So this is perfect for you guys.
Exactly. And then it comes with this life straw thing that you attach to the hose, and you put your dirty water in here. It comes out clean. So we'll be filling this up, hanging it up to make coffee or cook with. And then they sent us a couple extra.
Now that thing in your hand, that's it's dual purpose?
Yes, look, it has a drinking spigot thingy on it.
So you can actually walk up. You're supposed to be able to walk up to, like a creek and stick it in and just drink out of the creek.
All right.
And
it attaches to that gravity-fed water system.
Yeah,
so dual purpose.
The hose that I dropped. So we're going to go ahead and fill this up and show you how we're going to use it. And then they also have water bottles.
Nice.
Water bottles. Inside it has filters that attach to the lid. This water bottle is cool. Something I didn't notice is it has this ring down here. You can adjust the flow rate. So there's a little arrow there. You can adjust it to how fast you want the water to flow through.
And probably how much it filters.
Oh, yeah, probably.
How long it stays.
Yeah, the slower it's going to filter more.
This piece screws into the bottom of the lid. And then the filter screws in bottom of here. You can see inside the filter what it looks like in there. And then it screws in like that. Goes on here. And that's what it looks like.
Really awesome.
Really awesome. I'm excited about this.
Inspector Lola.
Yeah.
Turns off. I don't think you need to fill it all the way up, Wiley.
So we just roll this over
A couple times, roll it.
a couple of times.
Yeah. And then
Bend
you
that
snap
around,
it.
plug it in. So now it's closed. And we can hang it on a tree or on a hook or whatever. So, right now, just for a test, we're going to set it up here.
Comes with a hose, and this is how you shut it off, and you pinch it with that. It shuts it off. You open it back up, it'll flow through. So we're going to shut it off. And then it comes with this quick connect thing that just snaps in.
Snaps into the bottom of the bag. Bam. There you go.
All right, so it's obviously a different day. Now it's post-Freedom Weekend, and I wasn't able to get this in here ahead of that, but because we missed an important step, after reading the instructions, it says, one, there's a couple different ways you can use it. You can use it by directly drinking out of a stream. You can use it drinking out of a container. You can screw it onto a water bottle, or you can use it with the bag that we have. And you're supposed to activate it with clean water first. So the very first time you use it, if you're going to go out on a hike or something, do this before you leave. You just suck some water through it. You don't drink the first little bit of water that comes through it to clean it out. And we did that off camera because we've already used this for the weekend. So, but we're going to do a taste test. We have some unfiltered water right here, and we're going to taste the water, and then we're going to taste it with this. So,
because the filters inside this module needs activated. They got to get wet to activate, and so yeah, that's an important step. You got to get fresh water in there, activate the filters, let it set for a little while, and then
you can use it.
Yeah.
Also, when you're done with it, you should back flush it and let it dry completely before you store it away. So, it doesn't taste like clean water. Normally we filter our water.
Yeah.
It's
So our water coming straight out of our well is it's got some iron in it. It's got it tastes. We tested it. It tastes safe to, or it tested safe to drink.
right.
But it does have a funky taste that I don't care much for.
Right, and in addition to that, when we tested it straight out of the well. Then, now we have it set up to where it goes into a holding tank before it comes down to the house.
So it
and
sets
there's
in
like
that tank.
sediment and there's stuff in the tank. So we filter our water inside the house, but that was unfiltered water that we tasted. So now we're going to plug it into the straw, which is really easy. You just put the hose on the bottom of it. Now it doesn't taste like anything.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't taste like anything. Wiley didn't barf that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's I'm not a water drinker, y'all.
No, he's not. He likes coffee and tea. He took a second drink.
I am extremely surprised.
It took all the flavor out of that.
It took everything out of that water.
Yeah.
That works as well as the very expensive water filter we have underneath our cabinet in our house.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
That is crazy,
Yeah.
yeah. The other day we went to the river. We took the kids swimming at the river, and the kids took one of these with us, and every time they got thirsty, they were just drinking water out of the river. They're like, hey, give me a turn with that
They're
straw.
in the water swimming, and they just stick it in the water and drink out of it. Yeah.
Out of full transparency, the instructions do say don't use it where there's like a lot of like industrial runoff. So don't go to your local cattle pond or the pond out at the chicken house.
Around here, our streams, especially the one we swim in, is really clean, clear water, and that's where we was doing it at. I mean, of course, the better the water you use, the better it's going to, it's just going to be for you, totally.
Yeah. So, good thing to have on hand in emergency or when you go swimming and don't want to take an ice chest, I guess.
It works for the kids.
At least in our situation, it worked for that.
Right,
So,
right.
Anyway, if you want to check out Membrane Solutions, they have lots of stuff. They have water bottles that have filters in them. They have these kinds of things, these portable straws. Put them in your go bag or whatever. Put them up for emergencies in case. You never know when the water's going to stop working. If you live in a city, if the power goes out, you might not have water either. So
Right.
It's always a good idea to have some sort of backup on hand for clean, potable drinking water.
Right.
So this works really great for Freedom Weekend. Thank you, Membrane Solutions. If you're interested in any of these items, check out the link in the description below. We appreciate you. Now let's get on to see what else Jeff and Wiley have been working on.
All right. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah.
So I've been working on these RV pads. Got this top one completely done. It's ready. Now this smaller RV pad down here, I still need to do a little bit. I need to add a little bit of dirt right in the middle. Maybe take a little bit out of that end. It's not 100% yet, but very, very close.
How long? You did that with my skid steer. How long did that take you? You had 3 big old piles of shale.
30 minutes?
Nice. Yeah, he got done before I got over here. I wanted to watch and learn.
Jeff shows up with his camera and he's like,
What? Hey, welcome to my world.
Yeah, problems. But yeah, this was a great job. There's a bunch of giant chunks in here.
yes.
And they're all gone. And you were saying the skid steer was a little better for that.
The skid steer runs over them and breaks them up better. The deal with my shell down at the pit is what I've been using it for, or what I've been using to dig it out with. I'm bringing out a lot of pretty good sized chunks, and so whenever you spread it out, you know, you're really supposed to be using a dozer or something a little bit heavier, which would break it up a lot better than what my little tractor does. My little tractor don't do a very good job at that, but the skid steer done a whole lot better job. It looks very good, very good. Some of the bigger chunks, at least it pushed them down in there, and then a lot of the bigger chunks, it broke up into a finer pad up top. So it looks really good. Very happy with the way it's turning out. And then Jeff's
been out there mowing. Y'all can see it. Look,
Yeah.
you can see the high stuff and the low stuff. He's been out there mowing.
and then he broke his flail mower.
Yeah, I busted my flail mower.
So that's actually what I'm supposed to be doing right now, is over there working on Jeff's flail mower.
But I disturbed them.
Yeah, Jen come down here and got in the middle of that, and you see what happened.
It's all right.
Did you record it?
I started to. Yep, now we got to take the part off and watch my video for the repair of the AGT flail mower.
Yeah, there you go.
Bobblehead Homestead, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm sure most of y'all know him, but some of y'all
Just
might
in
not.
case.
Yeah.
Man, this party is shaping up to be some awesome stuff. And you guys hooked me up with Porta Potty
Yep.
Company.
Right.
So, and that's what I was working on over here.
Show us that. All right, so what's going here?
This was all jungle, and I went to town on the grapple because I'm still learning. But this is where we've got 2 porta potties coming, and 1 handicap and then 1 regular. And I figured in the shade right here is where, and it's close to the driveway, close to the road. So yeah, I got in here with the grapple. You made a run in here with the flail mower just to see what it did.
Yep.
And now,
But you can kind of see the dirt edge all the way around here. That was impenetrable. I mean,
It looked like this.
yeah, it looked like this over here. And I come in with the flail mower, just playing with the flail mower. I made a couple passes in here, and then Jeff come back with the grapple and done a bang-up job cleaning it up. It looks really good now.
well, a bunch of stuff sticking out.
Yeah, it ain't going to take but just a pass with one of the mowers, and you won't even see none of that. So,
Yep. And you gave me a good tip thank you for watching my video, by the way. I'm still learning all the skid steer stuff. And when was the first time you were on a skid steer? How long ago?
I was 15 years old.
15 years old. There you go. This is the guy I need to learn from. So he's giving
A lot of
me
years
very
ago.
good tips. Greg is also giving me some good tips. But yeah, instead of taking smaller loads, bunch it up and try to get bigger loads. And I just need practice and learning.
If you're getting smaller loads in here, just set them over here and make a big pile, and then get a big chunk to take all the way back there.
And he gave me some tips on coming at it from above, so you're pushing it down into the ground. And yeah, so yeah, watching my video, you able to give me a bunch of tips, so now I can learn better.
Which, that's all learning. I mean, part of it.
Yep.
That's
But yeah, this will be good for the 4th of July. You know, the porta potties, and then after that, the RV spot. This is going to be right out their front door, so I can put a picnic table here or something.
Right.
And yeah,
It'll be shaded most of the day.
Yep, nice shaded spot for anybody who's camping.
Yep, this will be a beautiful spot for camping.
Yeah, and that just upped the property value about 10 grand.
Yeah. All right. So, it's going to be a really busy week.
We're not done yet.
No.
No, I was going to say we're not close to being done, but we're a lot closer than we were when we started.
Yeah.
So
We have
there's
water
that.
and electric. That was half the battle.
Right.
Yeah. and RV pads.
And RV pads.
Yeah.
And a place to wash our booties and our dishes.
Yep. Yep.
That's a huge, huge improvement. So, what else? This week is crunch time. What projects are we going to be doing this week that everybody can look forward to?
Yeah, the setup. We've got cleaning up the construction around the water well.
We're going to hire
that's
some
gonna
kids
happen.
to do
That's
that.
Jen's
job.
Yeah, yeah. And what else? Then it's setting up. You've got a tent, an inflatable tent, so we'll need that set up.
Yep.
I've got 3 canopies, a 10 by 30, a 10 by 20, and a 10 by 10. The 10 by 10 is one of those pop-up things, but the other 2 bigger ones are not. They're like the old style where you got to put the... So that'll take some time setting those up, getting them staked down. And we'll have to figure out our layout, you know, where stuff's going to go.
Right.
I've got 4 pools. 4 pools. 3 of the cheapo inflatables. But 2 of those are 6 feet by 14 feet. One of them 6 feet by 10 feet. I figure we'll put that by the bouncy house so the kids can, you know, wash their feet off or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's a 12-foot round pool that's 32 inches tall. The inflatables are only 22 inches. Just somewhere to sit. But we need to inflate those, start filling them up with water, find out what the capacity on that the well is.
Make sure the well's going to be able to fill them all up.
Yeah.
That's...
Yep, and start early on that. And then Wiley mentioned that those pools, that water's going to get really hot. So we won't fill it all the way up. That way, when the time comes, we can add more water in there that'll be cool, and that'll cool it down.
Yeah.
And then cooking station. What are you going to need for...
Whew. Yeah, I am going to borrow some tables and hopefully some chairs. Maybe we can borrow another tent. I know a friend of ours has a big pop-up tent, and we can set up tables and chairs under there, kind of like a dining area. And we've got a 10 by 10 tent, pop-up tent, and we've got a grill. We've got some, we've got other people bringing Blackstones and stuff. So we'll set up a kitchen area and a dining area. And then I've got another sponsor for an inflatable tent that I'll be sharing with you guys after the 4th of July. We're going to get that set up. We're going to put all of our food in there. So we'll have tables like, you know, buffet style kind of food in there. But that should help keep flies off of it.
Because it is a fully enclosed, I mean...
tent.
Yeah, it's almost like a tiny home that inflates.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. It's made for long-term camping. So I'm excited. Y'all, it's taken every bit of me to not open that box and set it up before the 4th of July.
Next week. It's coming quick, though.
That is all going to be set up right here in the area where my trailer is sitting right there right now. That's going to be the food area.
It'll all be close to the water, to the electric, so that if we need electric for Instapots and crock pots and roasters and stuff like that to keep food hot, we will have it right there, so we can do all of that. And be right there by the water so we can do dishes and get water for cooking and things like that. So I am in charge of the food. We've also got to go grocery shopping.
Yep.
So we have an Aldi's trip on our agenda this coming week. I've
got 2 picnic tables. With your fork on your tractor, we can get those.
We can get those
8-foot picnic tables over here. I got 2 8-foot fold-up, banquet tables.
Okay, nice.
That we can bring over. So that'll be good. I've got a 3rd picnic table also. It's kind of junk, but
it's better than
it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
What else? I've got a dumpster, big dumpster. People were asking about garbage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's got the big 4-yard dumpster. I'm just going to pick it up with my forks and bring it down here. We're going to have it set out here, probably out by the road. That way, it the flies and stuff ain't bothering us back here. But we will have a big 4-yard dumpster down here.
Yeah.
I need to buy garbage bags. I got 2 big garbage cans that I figure, and then I got another smaller one.
Okay.
And then you can just put bags on a hook or something. So we'll be set on the garbage.
We've got 1 or 2 garbage cans, like big 33 gallon
or whatever they are.
Something garbage cans we can bring down too. One of them we use daily, but we'll be cooking down here, so we won't really need it at home.
Right.
And
lights.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a bunch of outdoor lights.
He
And
was-
then she's like, "You need some red, white, and blue ones." I'm like,
He's like, nah.
He's
and
right,
then-
though.
As soon as I got here, he was like, if Jen would keep her big fat mouth shut.
I didn't say fat.
Oh.
I just said big mouth. Yeah, that was funny.
That's okay.
Jen and her big mouth has me spending money again.
Yeah.
But no, it's cool. Well, it'll be a surprise. I think we're gonna have some cool red, white, and blue lighting.
That's going to be really cool.
Yeah, so again, kitchen's going to be right behind us. We're planning on the bouncy house water slide being over here. So it's close to power, close to water. But it all depends on where they want to set it up when they get here because we don't know the exact size of it. And then hangout spot is going to be around those trees back there. And then we're going to clean off this trailer and we're going to move it over there and decorate it, and it's going to be like a stage. So, and I don't know what we're going to do on the stage yet, but I'm sure the kids will be happy to do some karaoke or something for us.
I didn't know our intention was going to be decorating it, though.
Yeah. Can I use paint?
Leave it to her big mouth.
Yeah,
Now
I'm
it's
telling
gonna
you.
happen.
Golly.
Can I make it permanent? Red, white, and blue?
Believe me, Jeff, if there's one thing I've learned is she knows how to complicate anything.
I do. Yes, I do.
Smile and nod.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
And then Wiley's got work to do over at our shale pit, which is right across the street from here, directly across the street. To set up a pew pew range, and that's where we'll be setting off the fireworks. So we've got some cleaning up to do over there. We got to do some brush hogging and some cleaning up so people can sit over there and not have to sit in tall grass.
Yeah.
And Jeff's got to go buy fireworks so Drew and Sal can set them off.
Right?
Yeah. Drew and Sal are buying the fireworks. I don't want any blame.
Yeah.
I'm paying for it, but they're picking them out. I don't want any blame on that.
There've been a lot of fireworks going boom boom on accident lately. It
Yeah.
seems like,
And it's
so-
on his property, so I ain't dumb, man.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, is the shell
Seriously.
pit is a bowl.
Yep.
And so we're going to be lining up on the edges of the bowl, the top edges of the bowl, to watch the firework display. It will be set off in the bottom of the bowl. That way, if something goes wrong,
It's shooting the wall.
it's shooting a wall, not people. So,
In
and
theory.
also, my intentions is I'm hoping I'm going to use my dump trailer, and they can set the fireworks inside the dump trailer. That gives it another layer of protection around.
So it's not shooting straight towards if it falls
Right.
over.
If something falls over, it's not going straight towards people. That's the main concern.
Yeah.
So hopefully that all works out good.
Can I paint it 250th anniversary too?
Not my dump trailer.
The bed,
Yeah.
the bed of it's all going to get scraped
The
out
inside,
anyway.
yeah, I guess you could do the
It
inside.
does. It needs to be repainted, and you've already scratched all the
Yeah,
paint
it's
off
all
of it
painted.
anyway.
Yeah, right.
Compromise.
So that's
Yeah.
just the stuff we can think of off the top of our head. Setting up tents.
There's going to be so much
setting
little
up a
stuff.
kitchen,
Yes.
Yeah.
setting up this, that, and the other, and all sorts of things, and whatever. It's going to be a lot. So
Yeah. Yeah. But it's going to be all worth it
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
it is.
at the end of the week.
Yeah, I've got my count's at 84, and we haven't gotten together yet on, so it's going to be 100 people Saturday night easily.
Easily.
Easily, yeah.
And all great people.
We have people that are unsure if they're going to make it. We have people that haven't RSVP'd yet. I just keep finding people that I know that I'm like, hey, you can come if you want. So, but I haven't gotten a yes or no. So we don't know. We
And
really don't know. but-
I do believe a majority of the people that we've invited, especially, will probably be here for Saturday. They're not going
Yeah.
to come and stay 3 or 4 days.
because they live locally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're-
a lot of local.
One of our
So-
kids is coming.
Yeah, one of my son and my daughter-in-law and my granddaughter will be coming. Me and Jen's got to go pick up some of my other grandkids tomorrow, and I'm very excited about that because I haven't got to spend time with them in quite some time.
Yeah,
So,
since we moved here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Extra hands to pick up chunks of wood and stuff over here. I'm going to bribe them with ice cream.
Yeah,
and
we
a
gotta
trip to the swimming hole.
cut some limbs around those trees so there's more, and then rake. There's trash and stuff in there.
And we gotta-
weed whacking,
Trimming over here,
trimming
too.
over here. Yeah.
We have 2 pole saws. He's got one, we've got one. So that'll help.
There's going to be I've got to level out some spots for the bouncy house, for swimming pools. You know, we're hoping to find naturally level areas, but I think that's going to be hard to do. So I'm sure I'll be leveling out a few spots for different things.
Good for me because I can watch and learn.
Yeah.
And yeah, still a ton of work. Still
Yeah.
a ton of work.
Lots
yeah.
and lots of work.
The big stuff is done. The construction of the shower, and I think that shower is going to be a hit.
Oh, I love it.
They're
I'm
just to
telling you,
cool
I'm
off.
thinking about sneaking down here and using it myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
I mean,
more than
there's-
welcome to. You built it, you can use it whenever. That's
There's
the deal.
no excuse for any campers to be stinky.
Yeah, right.
Might be a cold shower. It's only a 10-gallon.
Hey, it's going to be hot enough. You're probably going to
Yep.
want a cold shower.
Yep.
I don't know if you're going to want that cold of a shower because that water's cold.
I don't know. Some people like it cold like that. You know, that ice bath thing is
Yep.
all the rage
Oh, yeah.
right now.
Right.
So
Yep.
I hear cold water is good for your skin and your bones and your muscles and all that. So cold showers are good for you.
Yep. Especially when it's the weather forecast looks okay. They said a 40% chance of rain on Saturday afternoon.
Which could turn out to be a good thing.
Yeah.
So, with that way, the ground will be a little bit wet before we start doing fireworks. Which we've had so much moisture, I don't think that's a problem anyway.
Yeah.
But you know, maybe a little cool off before the
Yep.
fireworks.
Yeah, with usually breeze and wind comes through
Right.
when you've got a little rain, but they're so far off in advance on that
Right.
that I'm not worried about rain or anything.
Between the humidity and all the rain we've had, I don't think you could light something on fire if you tried.
No. Yep.
So,
I agree.
yeah.
Yeah, shaping up to be a great party. It really
Yeah,
is.
awesome.
Big thank you. I wouldn't have pulled it off.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Takes teamwork, takes a village, right? Yep. Anywho, it's exciting. I'll be happy when it comes. I'll be happy when it's over. So we can move on to other things.
Yeah, and if people want to stick around till like Monday or Tuesday and help with the takedown,
That would be
we're
cool
open.
too,
We'll
yeah.
probably have leftovers.
Yeah. Food Sunday, I'll make breakfast, and then leftovers after that until leftovers run out.
Because the bouncy house it's coming on Friday. I could not get them to deliver it Thursday, no matter how I tried to bribe them. But they'll pick it up on Monday. So we've got it all day Saturday and Sunday. So if people want to stay till Monday, I'm more than fine with that.
Awesome.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Helping hands
I
would be nice.
guarantee you, I know somebody that has some kids that'll be happy.
Use it on Sunday.
They're gonna get your money's worth out of it for sure.
Right.
There we
Right.
go. So Sunday I need to charge admission. You know what I'm saying?
So everybody bring kids so we can divide it evenly, and everybody only has to pay like $5.
All right.
Anywho, well, I'm gonna let them get back to work. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go home and put this video together and get it out to y'all, so y'all can get excited about 4th of July like we are.
Yeah.
And,
people that are coming, there's a Facebook group. Can you put links in your description?
Yes, I'll put a link in the description for the Facebook group if you're coming.
And the potluck
Yes.
sign up.
And the potluck sign up is on that Facebook group. So if you're coming, all of that will be on the Facebook group. Yep.
Okay.
And then RSVP. So before we go grocery shopping on Tuesday, so we know how much food to buy.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Yeah, and tell which meals you're going to be here.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
going to
got-
say. What time, what day you're going to show up, what day you're going to leave. That'll help us know how much to buy for what meals and all that kind of stuff. The more info we can get, the better off we'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, another shout out to Membrane Solutions for helping sponsor
Right.
clean water for this event. So we appreciate you. If you want to check out products from Membrane Solutions, they got lots of stuff. Go check them out in the link in the description below. And I guess that's it. I'm going to let y'all get back to work, and I'm going to go home.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we love you guys. What do you say, Wiley?
As always, y'all, work hard, stay humble, and love God.
Amen. Bye, y'all.